Hey, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, and today, yes, we're not in the mountain paradise. We're here in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm here with Brett Varner.
The swamp.
The swamp, yeah. It's only about 20 degrees hotter here. So I'm down here, me and William, for a special trip to kind of overlook an area that could potentially be an orchard slash food forest. I was put in contact with Brent from Nicholas Bertner of School of Permaculture, and here we are. So why don't you tell us what it is you do out here?
Yeah. So this place is called Easy Farms, Easy Farms. It's part of an organization called Ezekiel Ministries, and we do mentoring. We do mentoring with local youth in underserved areas of our community. And so the way we do that mentoring is by giving them a context to work with the ground, grow some vegetables. So in the process of helping them learn life skills and learn how to relate to God, we're also teaching them how to grow healthy food and things about nutrition. We focus a lot on relationships, like how to have healthy relationships and help build each other up. And so that's what we do here at Easy Farms. And we have this idea now of having this permaculture orchard. And so we invited Billy and William to come down and brainstorm with us about how that might look and how we might get it started.
Now, what they currently have going on, they got some serious vegetable production going on. They also have some water issues. Remember, in permaculture, the problem is the solution. So we're going to do a little bit of looking around and seeing what we can do to turn those things into, take those liabilities and turn them into something that's beneficial. But in the meantime, we've kind of decided on an orchard, not necessarily a food forest. We're looking at an orchard in a small spot up here. And I think Brett has pretty much decided on going with a very small footprint. And for what reason?
So that I can observe and learn and be able to expand on that later, rather than getting overwhelmed right from the start.
That's right. That's an awesome. So folks out there, if you're looking to start any kind of project, start small and expand. So currently, I don't know if it's showing up in the camera right now, but in the background, we're standing next to an artesian well, which in most cases people would consider that a blessing, especially for all my friends back in Texas. You consider that a massive blessing. But out here, it's not necessarily a blessing, because out in this field, you've dealt with a number of water issues, right?
That's right. Yeah, we have a high water table, and I think, whenever you have a high water table, I guess it leaches a lot of nutrients from the ground. It causes the soil to get compacted a lot, and then just really aggressive weeds that severely outperform vegetables.
Right. So in the areas that you don't see right here, you have a number of areas where he's done exactly what you should do, test structures, where he's tilled up some area, put down some seeds, right? Mm-hmm. You've taken another place, done a no-till method, and he's determined through all of this what works and what doesn't, and it's still an ongoing process of figuring that out.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so as this project unfolds, what's the big vision? If you can't tell, but we're standing on roughly a 2-acre spot in the middle of the city. So ideally, Why don't you tell everybody what it is you're wanting to do out here?
Sure. So I think the thing that got us thinking about an orchard, a permaculture orchard, is just the challenges of the land, and wanting to grow something here that doesn't take massive amount of work. And we've not been able to utilize even 1/8 of our land because of the challenges out here. So we're looking for a plan that will, like Billy said, turn our liabilities into assets and really get something good going here. Then the other thing is that we're in a food desert. So people around here don't have easy access to locally and sustainably grown fruits, vegetables. So we want to do that all right here, just to supply our local community, also to supply a model that people can adapt further down the road. And our food supply chain is getting more and more strained, and so we want to offer some leadership in alleviating that issue as well.
Well, considering the idea that, throughout all this COVID mess, people are starting to realize that if the trucks aren't running, food in the stores aren't necessarily arriving. considering that most of the things that we have in our store come from thousands of miles away. You can't see it, but in this, we are surrounded by a neighborhood. So how cool would it be for you living 5 minutes away from here and the people on each side of this place? How cool would it be if you can literally come to your own grocery store right across the street? So I can't think of a better idea than having, I mean, you're talking about centralized locality of what could be all your fruit and vegetables in this place. So folks, what he's looking to do is to continue the fruit production and the food production he already has, employing some permaculture methods into some things that we've already done on our farm that we're going to help install right here. So based on what we've discussed prior to now, what do you think? We're going to stick mostly, it sounds like we're going to stick mostly to a system that was designed primarily by the permaculture orchard guy up in Canada, whose name escapes me right now.
Stefan
Sokoviak. Yeah, only the guy I've only talked about a million times. So we're going to do, but in between that, we're talking about some food production in terms of a syntropic system, and even talked about doing something of a chinapa using this water feature here that isn't necessarily a benefit. But in addition to that, if we're going to put down an orchard, what are you thinking we should put also along with it, within that orchard, things that we've already discussed?
Right. So I've only been learning about tree guilds for less than a month now, but it's an easy concept to pick up, I think. So you don't just have a fruit tree, you have a guild, which is a word that people don't recognize so much anymore. But a guild is a group of, usually refers to a group of professionals who come together. They have a shared skill and they benefit each other. Well, in a permaculture, a guild is a group of plants that support each other. So we want to put a fruit tree kind of as a primary plant and then surround it with other kinds of things that benefit it, like fixing nitrogen in the soil or pest deterrents, like, what was it, garlic and
all I know is right now,
daffodils.
I mean, we haven't even talked that long, and you're a fantastic student. So, I mean, in just a little bit of time we've been here, you've already basically pointed out that the way I always look at it as a guild is like the fingers of your hand. It's everything works together, just like he said. So, we're going to put in fruit tree, and it's going to have friends, and it's a guild, things that all work together, just like your thumb doesn't work by itself, works with everything. So these guild plants will all benefit one another. And the cool thing is we're going to put in plants that in this zone 8, right? Zone 8, where we are, things that could also, nitrogen fixers that could also be harvested and used in the kitchen as well. So as this thing unfolds, we're going to try to hit it hot and heavy, probably as the fall continues, provided we don't have another calamity that unfolds. Yeah. So unless there's an alien landing on the front porch of the White House, we'll be back here helping to install this stuff, and we'll see how far we can go. But why don't you plug how people can find you and how if they can offer support in the form of donations or anything else, how would they do that?
Yeah, so our website is ezefarms.org. Farms is plural. We're on Facebook as well if you want to connect with us there. We are a nonprofit, so everything is donor-based. We are relatively new, so we don't have a lot of donors yet. So if you would consider that, we'd be super grateful. And then Facebook has our contact information. We're in Columbia, South Carolina. So if you're within driving distance, feel free to contact me and come take a little tour, see what's going on. And you could tour the whole organization, Ezekiel Ministries. That's the parent organization of this little farm project we got going here.
Okay, I would shake his hand typically at this point, but we're Japanese till further notice.
Yeah.
So until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, where PIMP stands for Permaculture is my passion, because it is, and I get to teach it too. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you coming out.